should show up to the wedding wearing white. Just your entire tux should be white. Oh, poor future Mrs. Alpha.
Yep.
Hey, we like you. We really love you, by the way. We hope everything works out. And with your wedding, we hope no disasters happen. I'm sure everything will go just great. Don't sweat it. Stay strong if you're listening to this.
Because even on my best or my worst behavior, I'm still a pretty good guy.
There you go.
But, you know, it's just one of those things where it's the simple things in life that people forget about, like playing Let's Plays. So, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes, a lot of questions.
What would be, aside from the podcast, your family, what's one thing you aspire to be, do, or have?
I've always wanted to have either, and it's the same thing really. Like I wanted to write, direct, produce my own cartoon or like show or like a little animated show or something that I could like say all my dumb jokes.
Yeah.
And just get that out there and also use the story to make a really good point. That's what my dream would be, is to be like a writer.
Yeah, that's your thing. That's what you want.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's something that you're passionate about.
Oh yeah.
I want a 1966 Lincoln Continental with suicide doors. Black, matte black. I want it to be painted matte black with white pinstripes, white wall tires. Then the inside will be a black leather interior with red piping.
That's very specific.
Yes.
I can tell that's your passion because yeah, that is very specific.
And you know, that's one of those things where I don't care about making money off of it or anything like that. It's something I want, and it's something that I will work towards and I'll really appreciate when I end up with it.
Hey, that's totally cool, man. A lot of people's passions are
and it's, you know, when someone's passion is, I want to make lots of money, that's a shitty passion.
That is, exactly. Oh man, I'm dropping frames like crazy.
And
go on.
You know, it's you gotta find what you're passionate about and do you. I don't think a whole lot about things before I do them. I just do them. Why? Because if I overthink it, I screw it up.
I agree. Like right now, I'm overthinking how to fight the damn Sloar, and I'm getting my butt handed to me.
Yeah. Or I'll psych myself out and I just won't do it. But, you know, it's just one of those things. I got a friend at work. Him and I, he's Baptist and I'm Catholic. And we go on and on and on about who's right. And really, we're both wrong if we're trying to decide who's right.
Well, it's about what do you care more about? Do you care about being right, or do you care about being happy? And I know that sounds very vague and be like, well, I mean, that sounds very simplistic because if you're right, why would you give up, being right? But the fact of the matter is there are more people in this world that would rather be right about something than preserve themselves from getting hurt, or they would even lose a friendship or family members over being right. And it's like, what are you living for? To be right? Or are you living to, to be happy? And I feel like people should try to be happy. It's actually very, very awesome.
Yeah. And, it's like me and this guy at work. We're probably the two happiest people at that place. And it's because we don't... I'm trying to say this so just in case someone from work listens, they don't think I...
incriminate you.
Well, it's what I'm getting at is that isn't the end all be all. We don't derive our joy from that, from our paycheck. We derive our joy from other things in this world.
Yeah.
And
absolutely,
that helps you to just be happier.
There's this quote that I always like, and it's a very simplistic quote, I should say. But it's like, whether you have $10 million or you have $2, we all wind up in a hole at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Although I would want to be in like a mausoleum. I think that'd be awesome.
I have often thought about that. That's what I think about, not what I'm doing, but how I'm gonna die. And I would not be opposed to my body just being dumped in the woods.
Just in a trash bag in the woods.
It doesn't even have to be in a trash bag, just dumped. Because, I mean, really, I'm dead at that point, and
You won't care.
depending on what you believe, no matter what it is you believe, if you're religious or you're an atheist, when you die, you're done with this body. And so what's the point of
Putting more dead bodies back into the earth?
or not only that, but like what's the point of a fancy casket or a fancy mausoleum?
I don't know. I mean, I don't do it. I wouldn't want one because it's like I want people to remember me. I would do it more to be obnoxious. Just
Your final joke.
every time somebody sees it, they'll see a bunch of very beautiful graves, and in the middle of it will be this like recreation of a Tower of Gozer or something.
Yep.
And then the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man on top of the tower, and you see the Ghostbusters on top of it. That's make people laugh even though I'm gone. That would be awesome if I could just leave something that would leave people laughing in a good way and reminds them life's not all that bad, and to don't take life so seriously.
Even if people don't realize it, if you've done something that helps people, that makes their lives better, I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Even if they don't realize it was you. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many different projects in El Paso my dad's worked on, from the airport to roads to sewage and drainage. But he did a lot of that design work, and his name's not on every street, but he made a lot of people's lives easier because the roads are paved.
Exactly. And you can take pride in that. That's the stuff that you live to do, man. You can look at you can finish what you were doing that you love. You can step back, look at it and say, "Wow, I'm proud of that. Wow, that's fun. That's something that's cool that other people are enjoying, and it wouldn't have existed otherwise,
Yeah, and he just so happened to make...
clearly don't think that way about Why Did Ask For, by the way.
No, it's all about
This makes
Why Did Ask For.
This makes people miserable, and we love it. Yeah.
But it's he did that, and him and my mom made a pretty good life for themselves.
Totally, man.
And they didn't... I'm sure they didn't think like, oh, how can I make more money? They just kind of did their thing.
Where's the fun in that?